This is Season 5 of The Score, the Team Roping Journal's podcast, where we cover the roping industry from top to bottom. This is where the team roping world talks. We talk through tough subjects, we talk big wins, and we talk real issues affecting the community. I'm your host and editor of the Team Roping Journal, Chelsea Schaefer. From the passionate hatters that started the company to the hardworking team working daily to produce the best quality hat a cowboy can wear, the folks at Resistol live and love the Western way of life. Not only do they respect cowboys and the Western way of life, they live it too. That's why they say we live it every day, and why they wear the hats that they make. Browse their wide selection of felt and straw cowboy hats, available in black, brown, gray, and a large assortment of other colors. Resistol.com. Hey everybody, this is Chelsea Schaefer. Welcome to round 7 of the Team Roping at the NFR. Your winners, of course, if you watched, were Tyler Wade and Trey Yates. They were a 3-9. They won $28,913.70. They were 26-6 on 5, and they are 5th in the average. So far, Tyler and Trey have won $75,289 here at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, and they are 5th and 7th in the world, respectively. Second in the round was Clay Tryon and Jake Corkill with a 4 flat. Third and fourth was a split, Chad Masters and Joseph Harrison, and Andrew Ward and Buddy Hawkins with 4 4s. Clay Smith and Jake Long split 5th, 6th, and 6th with a 4-5 with Cody Stone, Wesley Thorpe, and Jake Orman and Bry Kreitz. Notably, worth mentioning, Caleb Durgas and Junior Caleb split the horns and had to fish. They were 18-4. That kept them in the average and actually moved them up in the average. With that 18-4, they're 56-30 on 6. They've still only won $46,608 this week, but they lead the world. Moving up in the average was pretty significant for them. But Tanner Tomlinson and Patrick Smith, their nearest challengers for the world standings race, they got a leg, but they're 9-4. And they still lead the average with a 41 flat on 7. They've won $90,000 this week, and they are 3rd and 2nd in the world, respectively. Clay Tryon and Jake Corkill, they won 2nd in this round, and they've already won $81,000 this week. They're only 7th in the average, though, with a 30-5 on 5, but they are 2nd and 3rd in the world as well. So we'll keep watching this race. I'll have some more what-if predictions tomorrow. If you look at teamropingjournal.com, I will hammer some out so you can all read and see different scenarios that need to happen over these next 3 rounds. We have certainly seen many, many things change in the last 3 rounds of the NFR every year. So we will see what happens and enjoy this interview with Tyler Wade and Trey Yates, BT Dubs. Trey Dizzle Yates has a big announcement coming at the end of the interview. So enjoy. So this is the second night that you have told me that I got my steers wrong and that you had the best one. Tell me, you knew you had the best one? Why?
I just knew that steer was straight, head up, he had big horns. I waved it off one earlier this week with small horns. It's kind of devastating, but I honestly just knew he was pretty good and honest, and he handled good, and that's the main thing here.
And you roped him around the horns?
I roped him around the horns.
Look at you go. Did you like that steer for you?
I did, yeah. The video we had seen from the last time he went, he was straight, like T-Wade said, and he looked sharp. He maybe wasn't as sharp as he was the first time, but T-Wade hit the barrier so good he got him on a short rope and could still get him moving where we could get a good finish.
You've been talking a lot about how you ride your horse and how important that is here. Tell me about when you say you got to ride your horse. Tell me what that means with Spur.
Well, I just think that I've won the first round a couple times on him. And then I thought he was the best horse here for me. And then at the end of the week, he kind of petered out because I wasn't riding him properly. So just honestly trying to set my healer and myself and everybody up for the duration, you know what I mean? Not just one steer at a time. That way, at the end of the week, he's just as good as the first one. And I learned from my mistakes and not done it. And I knew that if I rode him right, he should stay hooked good.
Physically, though, what does that mean? What does riding him right look like? What is, keeping him between the bridle reins? Push him with your feet. What do you have to do?
That horse does whatever you want him to do. But honestly, just making sure he's square in the box and riding to the steer, and then not just duck out of sight as soon as you hit him. Set Trey up, set him up and everything to be able to do it 10 times in a row. I've spun 10 here before, and the way I went about it, I don't think I could have spun 20 that way. So honestly, just changing it up to make sure the longevity of the week stays solid and give my heeler a better throw than I have in the past.
Speaking of riding horses well, what does one have to do to ride Dude well? Anything? Drop your hand, kick? What's that look like for you?
Dude's kind of, I mean, he's maybe not everybody's horse, but he fits me really well. He's probably, he tends to not be tight in the box, but I don't know if you've noticed, I sit him a long way off the corner and I have somebody hold him up because he's bred to be pretty, I guess, kind of tense maybe in there. So I just try to keep my hand down and let him look his head in a little bit. And if I feel him put his butt down a little bit, that's okay because Zach Youngblood's back there holding him up, and I know I'm going to get going. But I just know that he reads the steer so good through the turn for me that I can just put my hand down, and as long as I get focused on the legs and have power on my rope, I usually have a very, high percentage throw, and then it's up to me after that.
Okay, you were watching your run back, and you said you weren't in love with something that happened at one point throughout the run. Break down your run in general, and what was the slip up that you didn't love?
It's really hard for a horse to handle the steer and then find a way to finish at the same time because you don't have the momentum from just pushing up like you would at a jackpot or anything else and keep it rolling. Here there needs to be a little bit delay in the corner so your heeler can catch up because we're literally both nodding and going at the same time, and then I'm going to be a couple coils away. That means my heeler is too. And honestly, when you mash the corner like that so he can catch up, there's not enough room to open him up to face and get that momentum. So you're kind of stuck in neutral, hoping that he brings his hips around and comes around. So some nights, the timing is a really good face. Tonight, luckily, Trey heeled him so fast and got tight that it helped me kind of halfway get around. But I think I cost us 2 or 3 tenths holding him up like that.
When you felt that happening or you saw that happen, or did you see or react to that steer doing that, or?
Well, I got to the end of it and, felt like I heeled him pretty fast. And when I pulled back, I could kind of see out of the corner of my eye, maybe, like he said, he wasn't getting the ideal finish. But he also said, if he'd have went to face, he might have given that steer's head back and then could have cost us a leg or whatever. So when I seen it and I looked at the flagger and didn't see the flag drop right away, I was trying to pull back and just shave as much time as we can, It worked out, and no looking back now. I'm happy with how it went.
And you guys usually don't practice together, right? Who got you ready for this NFR? Who heeled for you at home?
Young kid that works for me named Zach Sweeten. He helped me quite a bit. He's from Arkansas. I think he's been at the house for a couple months now. And my brother-in-law, Dustin Davis, I mean, he's my go-to guy when it comes to talking about it and everything. It's him and another friend of mine, Earl Martin. Earl watches me and Dustin ropes with me usually, and then I made Zach possibly ruin his horses to go to rope as many as we could. So we didn't score, and I didn't care. I just needed to throw as many loops as I needed a day. And it's pretty selfish practice in the way we do, because it's literally all about me. But those guys have been amazing to just help us through it and get us ready.
How many practice horses would you have saddled in a day to get ready for the NFR? Or were they outside horses that you were riding? No, surely not. But what?
Honestly, when you got one like mine, you don't need 2. His name's Jumanji. He's badass. And you can't shoe him. And you just ace him and you rope as many as you need to. And he knickers when you're done. And he's ready for tomorrow.
He's proud of it?
Yep, he loves it.
Okay, Jay. I'm guessing practice at your house might look a little bit different. Tell me, who was helping you get ready at home?
Well, back to Tyler and I, we've practiced a lot for every kind of scenario of roping, so we just had full faith in each other coming here. That we had one session was all, and so I got a boy staying there with me named Clay Holes from Nebraska that ropes good, and honestly, where I think I went wrong last year is I think the reason that we do so good on the horses we do good on in the middle of the summer is we're roping on those horses all the time. Mm-hmm. So where I went wrong last year is I just kind of left Dude off. I'd heel 2 or 3 a day, every other day, whatever, just ride him. And I had so many other horses to ride as long as I was roping good on them. And Dude felt okay when I did rope on him, we were fine. And this year I made it a point to, as soon as I got to Arizona from the World Show, I think only one day I did kind of an NFR practice on dude. Other than that, I ran 6 to 8 every day. Whether it was strong steers one day, just nice loping steers, whatever. And I wanted to have full faith in my roping on that horse because I knew in my mind that's what I was riding. So I only had about 3 days where I told Clay, I said, all right, go at him. I got some nice young horses and it felt pretty good. But like me and Tyler talk about all the time, roping's roping. So we roped at the Jackpots in Arizona before we came here. I think as good as he and I roped together, and as much faith as I have in him, and I know he has faith in me, that no matter what, you could make it BFI barrier tomorrow, and I feel like we got a chance on whatever we ride. Just I have full faith when I heel for him.
Was that plan on changing the way you got your horse ready, did that come independently from you, or was that a family plan? Was that Grandpa's call, Dad's call, or do you just make your own calls now?
No, I think sometimes what we get to doing is we can get a little too confident on ourselves with our roping, and so my dad's like, you need to be roping on that sucker. He's 16 years old. It doesn't matter though. Like at the end of the day, if you aren't roping good, last year I had a sorrel mare that was just an okay horse. I probably should have brought her because I run 15 a day on her every day, and I was tapped off on her, and that's how I felt on dude this year. How I feel right now, I feel like we're jiving, and obviously Tyler's jiving with what he's got going on, and hope to win a bunch more money the next 3 steers.
Heck yeah. And then after the next 3 steers, you have a new plan. Do tell.
So I haven't even told my dad, my grandpa. I really want to win $3,000 in the bull ride next year, and I want to try to be a contender for the Linderman Award.
Why the bull riding? There are other rough stock events.
Because it's hard to get marked good in the bareback riding, and it's physically demanding. I don't think I'd ride broncs good, but I have a brief bull riding history, and I feel like I got good hips, so that's my calling.
And we discussed this earlier. The all-around isn't for you. Why is the all-around not for you?
Well, it could be. It depends, how my bull riding goes. But, Stetson Wright with these extreme bulls and extreme broncs, he's riding good. So it's going to be hard.
He's going to be a contender.
Yeah, he's going to be there. I don't see myself. I've won like $580,000 in my career, and he's won that this year.
He's got $850 from this year without the average yet.
Yeah, so it's there's guys like, I don't know, Josh Ross been riding good. Them boys been riding good. Sage Newman,
All right, well, we'll stand by. I won't hold my breath, but I'm grateful for you sharing this plan with us.
I'll see you at Steamboat.
Yes. Does the rookie bull riding at Steamboat count for the Linderman?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Any PRCA earned dollar that is official counts.
Any PRCA earned dollar that is official counts, Tyler says. So, see you in the rookie bull riding.
And Tyler will be pulling my bull rope.
Yeah.
At Steamboat America?
Yes, our favorite rodeo.
Yeah. Nothing like an 18-hour drive to pull the bull rope for $900. I'll be there.
All right, on that note, sorry to the committee at Steamboat. We love you.
Not y'all's fault.
It's not y'all's fault. Thanks, guys. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Score. Again, this was round 7. We will be back again tomorrow with round 8. And we look forward to chatting with you then. Thanks to our producer, Craig Jones, at the Money Barrel Podcast. He's helping us out this week, staying up late at night. And so you can all listen to this first thing in the morning when you're driving to work and wishing you were here in Vegas. Thanks, everybody. And thanks to Resistol for bringing us this podcast.